Have you ever gotten a lab report back and you're just staring at all these numbers and one of them is flagged as high? Yeah, it can be pretty confusing. Well, today we're going to demystify one of the most common ones you'll see, TSH. It's just a tiny little acronym, but it can tell you something really important about your health. We're going to break down exactly what a high TSH level means, and I promise it's way less complicated than it looks. Let's dive in. So, to make this super clear and relevant, we're going to frame this whole explainer around one simple question, a question that a lot of people have when they first see their blood work. Okay, so picture this. You're looking at that page of lab results, and there it is. One line is maybe circled or in bold. TSH is high. What on earth does that actually mean? What is your body trying to tell you here? That is the exact question we are going to answer right now. All right, so let's not beat around the bush. Before we get into all the cool biology, let's just get straight to the point. When your TSH level is high, it almost always points to one specific thing. And that's it, hypothyroidism. It's the clinical term for having an underactive thyroid gland. So if your TSH is high, this is the #1 reason why. But wait, why does a high signal mean a low function? That seems kind of backward, right? Well, to understand that, we need to take a quick look at the body's internal communication system. You can think of your body's hormone system as a super efficient chain of command. You've got glands giving orders and other glands carrying them out. And to really get what's going on with TSH, you just need to meet the two main players in this particular operation. First up, we've got the pituitary gland. It's this tiny little thing at the base of your brain, but don't let its size fool you. It's basically mission control for your entire body. It's constantly scanning, sensing what your body needs, and sending out instructions to keep everything running smoothly. And in this story, the pituitary's instruction goes to the thyroid gland, which is a butterfly-shaped gland right in your neck. The thyroid's main job is to pump out two really important hormones, T3 and T4. You can think of these as the gas pedal for your body's metabolism. They control how much energy you burn and how fast your internal engine is running. So, how does the pituitary talk to the thyroid? It sends a very specific message, and that message has a very literal name, TSH, which stands for thyroid-stimulating hormone. Yep, its entire job is to stimulate the thyroid, to knock on its door and say, hey, time to get to work. So when everything is working perfectly, it's like a smart thermostat. The pituitary gland, the thermostat, senses if the body's temperature, the level of T3 and T4 hormones, is getting a little too low. If it is, it cranks out more TSH to tell the thyroid furnace to turn up the heat. And once the T3 and T4 levels are back to where they should be, the pituitary senses that and dials the TSH way back down. It's a beautiful, self-regulating feedback loop. Okay, so that's how the system is supposed to work. Now, let's bring it all back to our original puzzle. What's going on when that TSH number is high? And here's the real key to the whole thing. If the thyroid gland gets sluggish, if it's just not making enough T3 and T4 for whatever reason, the pituitary gland never gets that signal to chill out. From mission control's perspective, the thyroid just isn't listening. So you can literally think of it like this. The pituitary gland starts shouting at the thyroid. It keeps releasing more and more and more TSH, trying desperately to get a response. And that's the most important takeaway here. A high TSH isn't the problem itself. It's the alarm bell. It's the smoke detector going off. The actual fire, the root cause, is the underactive thyroid. Now, to really make sure this concept sticks, it helps to quickly look at what a high TSH is not. Let's compare hypothyroidism to a couple of other conditions just to see why they don't fit the picture. This chart makes it so clear. Look at the top line, hypothyroidism. Your T3 and T4 are too low. So what happens? Your TSH goes high to try and fix it. Simple. But now look at Graves' disease. That's a type of hyperthyroidism, the opposite problem. Here, the thyroid is making way too much T3 and T4. So the pituitary does the opposite of shouting. It whispers. It barely releases any TSH. So the TSH level is low. And Cushing syndrome? Totally unrelated. That involves a different hormone, cortisol, so TSH levels aren't affected at all. See? It really only points in one direction. So we've nailed the science, but let's talk about the real world. What does this actually feel like? A lab result is just a number on a page until you connect it to a person's actual experience. Because the thyroid controls your body's engine speed, when it's underactive, everything just slows down. This can lead to all these symptoms that are honestly pretty easy to dismiss at first. We're talking about a deep, persistent fatigue that sleep doesn't seem to fix, finding it really hard to lose weight, or maybe even gaining some. You might feel cold all the time when everyone else feels fine. Even things like your digestion can slow down, your skin can get dry, and it can seriously impact your mood, sometimes leading to feelings of depression. And every single one of those symptoms, every one of those feelings can be traced right back to that slowed down metabolism. There just isn't enough of that T3 and T4 gas pedal hormone to keep all your body's systems running at full speed. The high TSH is simply the body's loud and clear alarm bell, signaling this underlying slowdown. So, what's the bottom line here? That high TSH number on your lab report. It's not just a random piece of data. It is a clear, direct message from your body's own control system. It's a signal that is absolutely worth listening to. And the great thing is, now you understand exactly what it's trying to say.